welcome to the Complete SketchUp Guide by MotionFORM. I'm Brendan, and in this lesson you'll be learning about the basics of SketchUp, the interface, and installing it. If you have any questions, please comment below, and for additional resources, go to MotionFORM.com, links that are below, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe.
SketchUp is quite a powerful tool. In the window, you'll see the Villa Sauvois, a project in France by architect Le Corbusier, modeled in 3D in SketchUp. The beautiful thing about this project is, like many other projects, both complex or easy, you can make this model from nothing, or you can bring your existing drawings and you can model it entirely in 3D in SketchUp, including set up the visual styles, and all you need to do is pretty much know the basics of using SketchUp. As far as SketchUp models, SketchUp has enough flexibility where you could open SketchUp and just view any model. So there's also a viewer and an opportunity just to look at great architecture or objects in SketchUp. So here are some important concepts that make SketchUp different and really powerful. And as we model, you'll be looking at these sort of concepts that you can do as we go through some of the exercises as you learn the interface. SketchUp is a very easy to get started with software, whereas before there was a free version and then a paid version. The paid version has gotten significantly easier to afford. You can always now, if you look at SketchUp as something to use, you can go to their website, SketchUp.com, and you can try SketchUp, and you can just put in your information, tell what you're using it for, and there's a plan where you can, of course, use SketchUp for free if you're personal, and there's also SketchUp for personal projects for a cheaper price per year, and then there's SketchUp Pro, and the yearly price is there as well. So it depends on how much you want to pay. You can also get a classic version where you can just use it. The great thing about these licenses is that you can upgrade anytime. So for this tutorial, we'll be going through SketchUp 2020. This is SketchUp's main interface when you click on SketchUp after you've downloaded it. And it pretty much is the basic interface where it talks of what files you have. There are some templates, so you can get started with the usual format, either in inches or in meters. And then you can see some of the recent files, and also you can learn some of the other information, different how-tos that SketchUp has, and there's a lot of content for doing particular things, including a SketchUp forum. And at the bottom you see the license, so if you're either doing the software for free or using the license, you have that accessible. So let's go ahead and click, starting with a simple template, and it loads up for a little bit. And here we're going to look at what are the main parts of this interface for SketchUp. Well, we start, of course, with the top, which is the menu, and you can see the different elements for the menu, and pretty much the typical uses for a menu, where you have your file, edit, view, camera, draw, tools, windows, and of course looking at your editing is different copy and pasting, your file, of course, opening your files, exporting, different settings for the project, including printing out. Then your view is where you're dealing with what is going to be showing, and then your camera is how you're dealing with your viewport. Your draw is where you start to draw your elements. Your tools is different manipulation of things on the scene, and your window is where you pretty much can set up what do you see on the window, like the tray, which is to here, which we'll talk about shortly. And then your help menu, you can have help on anything you're needing to do. Okay, so after the menu, there is the icon bar where you see various icon that are loaded. You can also load other icon toolbars here by right-clicking in this gray area. You can do some for the camera. This right here is a basic set, And this right here is some views. You can see getting started, that's your basic, and then your views. And you can also select larger tool set and it'll go here, and these are all dockable, so you can always move them around. And those are the icons. Pretty much they will make an object, and we'll look into that shortly. And to the right is your tray, and in your tray you have your toolbars for editing things in the model, or your different settings. And we'll look into some of these where you can look at an object and get information about it. You can change the materials. You can edit components, which is pretty much different objects that can copy around your object. And then there's styles for visuals. And then you look down, and there's going to be tags. And tags in 2020 used to be layers in previous versions. So mind that if you're using a new version. Then shadows for different visual effects in your model, you can see there. And then scenes is where you're setting up a particular view. And then finally there is the instructor. And there's some other toolbars. One of the most important is probably the if you go to window and default tray, you can change. The outliner is quite significant, and we'll go into that shortly. So there are two more parts left. Those are three parts: the file menu, the icon bar, and the tray, and the toolbars here. Now we look at our main visual area, our canvas, and we can see there in perspective anything that we're drawing. So this is useful. You can see the three axes, Z, X, and Y, and anything you'll have a reference to where that is using that. And as you see at the bottom, you see the status bar. So that's also very important. So we'll know exactly what we need to be looking at for information about what's going on in the model.
Congrats on finishing this lesson. If you have any questions or anything that needs to be clarified, just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. This has been a lesson of the Complete SketchUp Guide. You can find the next link in the links below. Also, you can go to our channel for more great content. This has been Brandon with MotionFORM. MotionFORM is about architecture, innovation, and parametric design, helping you become the best designer. Thanks for watching. If you do like this content, please like and subscribe. I appreciate the love. I wish you the best.